Chad, what episode is this, Chad?
What episode is this?
138. 138.
It is.
No.
Yeah, it is. 138.
I was just trying to do it.
Yeah.
It is 138.
Episode number 138 of SlapperCast.
Children watch. Children watches it.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah. Cunts.
We are sitting here in the
Smelly
Devmo household in Broomall, Pennsylvania, right outside Philadelphia. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, my address is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Broomall, PA.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Pennsylvania. It's not Philadelphia. I'm
It's a-
definitely
there's a-
related to Patty.
There's a P related there. Anyway. Yes.
And we have ointment.
Lube.
We have ointment.
Lube.
In case
Random
we burn ourselves.
Ointment.
Lubricant.
Oh,
Yes.
burn cream. Oh.
Oh.
We need it before we start picking on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Burn. Anyway.
So,
So what's the news, Chad?
we are at the tail end of his tour.
Tail end.
The tail end.
Always talking about the ass.
Always, yes.
Back to the
Oh.
lube.
So, what happened? We played at the Yard yesterday.
Well, we've already dealt with this. We've already dealt with all these subjects. Okay, so no, damn it. So what we're gonna do is today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tell you exactly. Is that coffee?
Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on a second. We've got a
Start
special
again.
guest.
I know.
This lovely young lady who you've never seen before. Sinéad
Hi.
Devlin.
Also
Patrick's-
known as.
Patrick's younger sister.
What we're gonna do is this. My youngest sister Sinead, who we're pretending we're at her house. We're actually in a penitentiary in Canton, Ohio, because we're playing here tonight. So what we asked for was, instead of our phone call, we just asked for a room and a backdrop so we could pretend that we're here under good terms, you know. So
I am a paid artist.
yes, she's been paid well. So
Room and board.
so anyway, yeah. So we're so the reason why Blaggards has been able to tour for so many years is because we have people in certain areas that we're able to come in, and we just basically take what they have. We trash their houses, we eat whatever is in here, we drink whatever is in here, and
This is all true.
yeah, and then we promise we'll come back and you take care of the mess, and we never do.
Nope.
And
Never.
then what we do is we give them a little bit of Ribena, and they
Ribena.
They
yes.
tell me.
I tell you, I said, hey, that never happened. You must have just had too much Ribena. And she says, oh, well, then come on in and we do it again.
And then what happens?
Genius.
It's black magic box. What happens?
Oh, let me
I mean,
check.
you don't have to move it. You can just pour it in.
I'm going to. So here we are. We're slappercasting again, but now we're in a foreign land, essentially. And we're so happy. We're so grateful. Youngest sister, Sinead, we've stayed with her many times. And Tim and Patrick and Kira and yeah. Yes, and last night, where were we?
The yard.
The Yard Pub.
The Yard.
The Yard.
In
Formerly known as Tip O'Leary's.
Tip O'Leary's. In
Or
Havertown.
Tips, as I hear.
Tips,
Yeah, Tips.
Yeah.
Delco's finest.
Yeah.
TIP.
There were people at the Acme grocery store we went to the other night,
True.
last night, who were stunned to hear that Tips was no longer called Tips.
They were
Yeah,
shocked.
it was an
Yeah.
institution. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been around. It was when we were at McGillicuddy's. That was Tip O'Leary's.
Yeah, we made clams.
yeah.
I brought you there.
Yeah. Yeah. So great new spot. We thank Tommy and all the crew over there, Tom Rafferty and Tim Duffy for the lesson.
Yeah.
And and then all the
Emily.
people that came. Yeah, Emily for
Formerly
booking the
known as
show.
Emma.
Emma, yeah.
Emma.
And beautiful Emily. Hussey, who booked the show for us essentially. And,
Unfortunately, he's married, so get your eyes off her.
but her husband's smaller than me, so we'll see where that goes. But he's smaller. I can run faster. So
He's kind of fat.
I'm not.
No, Tom.
Okay, yeah, Tom.
Not
And
Patty.
then great time. We played outside. And this is the beautiful thing about Pennsylvania in September / October. It was direct sunlight, not a bead of sweat. Why? Because we didn't do our job. I mean, because the weather was beautiful. It was absolutely sensational.
Really
And
nice.
today again was gorgeous. And we love it up here. We absolutely love it up here.
They
Everybody's
call
so
it
good to us.
Sinead Days.
That's what they call it.
Beautiful,
Quiet.
high-end,
Sunny.
Quiet.
high-end,
Quiet.
high-end.
Never never, mommy. So yeah, it really has been a just such a great time. If you haven't, you must go and check out our social media pages, because we've done we've recorded some videos like right after the shows. We try to capture that high that we're still on when we're going, and we you might even see a little bit of that high if your eyes are trained well enough. But we I don't know if you could tell on the thing, but Sir Slosh-a-lot over here is hammered.
I've had way more to drink than anybody. Yeah,
That's never ever true.
That's a lie.
Yeah. No, but anyway.
Two truths
I
and
cut
a
myself
lie.
off.
We're truthing, you're the lie.
We had a fun day, and me and Chad had a fun day
Yes.
in Philadelphia.
Are there some pictures to back it up?
Yeah.
We took a few pictures.
None of me, but that's all right.
I have a picture of me in
by
front
design.
of I have a picture of me at Independence Hall.
What's the score?
Doesn't matter, but
McNabb?
McNabb.
Yeah.
Remember?
McNabb.
McNabb.
Who's McNabb?
Shut
Who is McNabb?
I thought that was like a body part they sold at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'll get a box of McNabbs, please. I said, oh, that's the top of the... Anyway.
Oh, his leg was so broken. How broken was it?
See, it works.
Yes, it does.
I think we have
Yes,
the
it
title
does.
now.
Yeah, we gotta get some pictures of the gents went down to the city of brotherly love, and they had a ball today. Somebody stayed and washed the van and fixed their fractal AX8. Get your shit together. Fucking, all my McNabbs are breaking off, and I have to stay and
Here's another title.
And we got shows coming.
All
For
of
God's
the
sakes.
McNabbs,
Fractal people.
there was like 5 of them.
5.
That's it.
Yeah,
All 5.
I've broken 5 on this tour, and that smells like a football team.
Smells like
Anyway,
McNabb.
It hasn't been washed since 1974, so you're welcome.
so I got all my stuff done. Got to see my sister Breege and the nieces and nephews and the nephew, and but just it's been lightning bolt. So today was a day off, a day off. And the weather's gorgeous, and we got a lot of stuff done. Everybody had a good time. We're off to Canton, Ohio, and she is so happy.
I cannot wait. I'm not lying. I love them, but like.
So, is it? I think the name of this episode is Hammer Time.
Hammers. Don't hurt him, Hammer. Yeah.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Stutter.
Yeah.
So no, but I have to tell you, we and for a moment I'm going to be sincere, and it's going to stop right after this. But I'm going to say, our trips to the East Coast are, for the longest time we were just getting further and further away, because it's so much to get over, and it's always took so much time. But because of you and Emma/Emily, because of our friends out here, and now the Outsiders up in Portland, Maine, and Outsiders PBR, look them up. Our friends out here at Kilmaine Saints, all these people, Barley Juice, all these people coming out, and just showing that it's not a pissing contest, that it's actually something that everybody can help out, and we can help them down there, we can help them up here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard a guy at your show last night say that he hates bands. He absolutely fucking hates bands.
was that the guy that punched me?
Yes. But then you
Our
sang.
dad.
Yeah, it was your father. Sorry, Dad. But then he turned around and he goes, you know what? Like, I only come out to see one band. And I was like, you shitting me. Like, who's the fucking band? Couldn't be this piece of shit. And it was you. The only band that Paul will come out and see. He goes, the only band. All of his friends were like, are you serious? You're going to see a band? You hate bands.
Did he say why he hates bands in general?
Because they're shy.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean, no.
Just local bands, you mean, right?
No, I don't mean any band, and I'm sorry for every offence that I've ever given everybody, but you know what? Just get fucking used to it.
Well,
but he doesn't like to go and see bands, as a rule.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know who he is. He's an absolute solid guy. And it was really nice, though, and he said, he goes, yet again, they didn't disappoint. You guys never
I
disappoint.
saw him clapping there a lot. So that guy likes it. That
I
guy's
know, I kept telling him to stop.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, so we really have we've had a ball up here, and it's just again lovely to add the Yard Pub to our to our list, but also Tom Rafferty last night invited us to the Jersey Shore, which we've always tried to do, but it seems to be a kind of a clique with the bands that play down there.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's really hard to break into. Derek Warfield from the Young Wolf Tones and founder of the Wolf Tones, he had booked us in Atlantic City and also had, said in the future we'll put you down. But it just things don't materialize because we don't get up here much because it's so difficult. It used to be so difficult to patch the cities and the states and the towns and the drives and everything together. And I will say this as well on that now, Blaggards taking off across the country. There's been a shift in the way that we do stuff. Is whereas Eric started out with these. Basically, it's an itinerary for the day. We've talked about doing it for years. Eric just went ahead and did it, and it's been such a lifesaver having these shows basically down to a T. So van call, distance and time to get there, load in, sound check, names of the people, green room, hotel. Everything's just mapped out, and you wouldn't believe how much stress and strain it takes off your head and your driving. Because now there's been, when we get into bed at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and after we say our prayers, and it's now 7 o'clock in the morning, it's really difficult to.
You pray for 3 fucking hours?
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that? What the hell do you have to say?
Have you ever slept with somebody from Oklahoma? You would pray for. Anyway, so
I would actually pray for 3 hours after I did that nonsense.
No, before, yeah.
Ooh,
Probably
and
just-
after.
Yeah, you gotta pray
I
for
would do
drunk-
6. I would do 6 hours.
Probably during.
I'm going to tell you the touring has begun, and I just in this long-winded crap that I'm spewing.
Super long.
I just
It's getting boring.
So in that, I just kind of noticed, and I think that's been part of the reason why. Because usually when we get on the road and you play for a certain amount of time, then you get in the van, you drive for a certain amount of time, you get to the bed, hotel, couch, wherever it is, and you just can't sleep, and you're worthless for the next day. Well, this tour has been so different in that I've slept every night, woken up before the alarm, driven ungodly hours, and still been able to function the next day. And I think that a huge chunk of the burden has been taken away by just that little piece of the puzzle fixed. Yeah. I must say, yeah. So listen. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so speaking of alcohol, by the way, we had a topic we wanted
And babies.
to touch on tonight.
We did.
Related to our experience at the yard
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes.
And the story you just told about our drink tap.
Yes.
Right? Did you was that on the show, or did you say that before we started?
No, we talked about that before the show.
Before we started recording. Several times
Love
today
this
already.
episode.
Yes.
This is good.
Yes, it is.
So the story I regale you with is that when Patrick had booked a gig at the yard, and I had done some preliminary conversation with him about food and drink. I'm like, okay, can we have a meal? Can we have a drink? No response. I get there yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was, on Sunday, and I met Kathy, who's one of the owners, and I said, hey, we're Blaggards, we're here, we're gonna get set up. She's like, first thing she said was, let me tell you why we don't give bands drinks. Like, I think she was happy to see us, but she didn't say, I'm so happy to see you. She's like, let's talk about why we don't give bands drinks.
What about that?
Yeah.
Moments. Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, I mean, we are happy to, we can buy drinks. We don't drink a whole lot. She's like, other bands have come in and they've had their friends with them, and the friends have ordered top shelf, like the Patron and the whatever, the Grey Goose and the whatever. And it's not for the band, it's for their fans, their friends that are with the band. I said, well, we don't do that. We don't do that. Patrick is sober, and Chad and I don't drink very much on the gig, but we're happy to
Not
pay.
until they get to free drinks at the Devlin.
Well, there's that. There's the non-work.
7 bottles of 8-year-old Appletons and 25 cases of beer.
Yeah. Non-working times are different. When we're off the clock, we let our hair down. So as we're walking, and we're walking from the back talking about this thing, I said, we can just buy drinks. Not a big, we can buy drinks. She turns to me, she says, you know what? I'll cover your drinks today. I said, honestly, I go, Chad will probably have a couple beers. I'll have a couple vodkas. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And we each only had 2 anyway, because we're working. We're working the same show.
Vodkas? You didn't have rum?
We don't. I had a vodka, then I had a rum. I mean,
Oh, okay.
come on, you know. Tito's is easy. It's easy.
I mean, for
For rum. And then after
Drop
the
the engine.
after the first set, Tom came up to me. He's like, "You need a shot," and I was like,
Not
"No,
yet.
hold on." I go, "Usually after the gig,
Tom the owner.
Tom the owner,
Mr.
Tom Rafferty,
Raff.
very very nice,
Also known as Raph.
very 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 nice man."
Isn't he cool? He is a
He's
good guy.
great.
He's a great guy.
He said, "I said, for me, I go, the gig is more physical. I have to think about it. Plus, I was fucking exhausted. We were all exhausted. So after the show, Chad and I usually, as a ritual, we usually have a shot of Jameson together as kind of a, yeah, we made it
Ching ching.
kind of a thing.
Ah, that's right.
Clink, clink, clink. So, and we know from playing in other venues everywhere, around the country, at home, wherever, that we never tend to abuse any sort of hospitality because for a number of reasons. Number one, we want to be invited back. Go ahead.
Except for Jay Holland, we're going to abuse that guy.
Well,
every
Jay,
single time.
yeah,
He
yeah.
bought tires for the van.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
douche.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're doing body shots of that mofo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What?
Fucker. I mean, who buys tires for the van?
Let's go to Omaha
there'll be
right
a
now.
A little bit of that in the shot.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
Love you, man.
but I think, and this even goes back to when I wasn't playing with you guys. I would never been a person that was going to abuse the system because it's not my place. I don't want to go into a bar. I don't want to play shitface unless it's with the Derailers, which I had to just to get through some of those gigs. Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edit.
That's okay. They won't hear it.
No.
They're not going to hear this thing. But.
They don't speak English.
They're derailed. They can't even fucking.
Thank you. Yeah, I got derailed in the gigs though, which we made it
Hey.
up top. But you don't want to be that band or that musician that gets drunk on the gig for a number of reasons. Because one, you won't get invited back to the gig, or the band might not get invited back to the venue.
You kind of get fired.
But those bands that do that don't last very long. Like Woody down in Galveston was telling
Yes.
telling you
Yes.
stories
Oh,
about
yeah, that's
Yeah.
bands that
we talked about on the show.
I think
Yeah.
4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We
already talked about that, and it's a common thing in this business. You're in the business of entertaining, but most of our entertaining is done at a bar or a pub or a venue that sells alcohol, and that temptation can be really strong for a lot of, and it's wrecked a lot of careers.
Yep.
It's wrecked a lot of bands.
I would
But
have been in the band,
but-
but I was too drunk.
Boy George.
yeah, Boy George, yeah,
Billy
exactly.
Vanilli.
Yeah.
I was in Wham.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wham.
Wham.
Listen
Wham.
to me.
Clam.
Wham.
Finish
But
it.
the point is like no one ever wants to be that band that doesn't get invited back. No one wants to have that, and if it's a problem, then you have to fix the problem.
100%.
Obviously, we've had today off. Me and Chad went, or yesterday off. What day is it?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Me and Chad went into town, had a good time, had a few drinks. We came back home. Lovely Sinead.
A
been
few more
drinking
drinks.
more drinks. We're not going anywhere. We're not driving anywhere. We're staying here. We're having a night off. But of course, tonight in Canton, we will behave ourselves because it's
You
gonna
want to be
it's-
invited back.
We want to be invited back, and it's going to be a very long day tomorrow, and we have a lot of work to do.
Listen
The
to me.
moral
You
is-
guys only play when you're at your best. And I have heard you play for 18 years. And you
Sure.
guys are absolutely, you're like a fucking horrible wine that I have to wait for. You get better with age.
So sweet. But I have to say on that point too, on the bands that a lot of bands just don't get it, so they'll go in and they'll try to drink as much as they can and get away with as much as they can because tomorrow is not promised to no one.
Anyone.
Yes. No, but I mean, apart from that, they're in it for now, and they're going to overcharge the club. They're going to try to overcharge the club. They're going to try to overdrink the tab. They're going to try to just get everything that they can. And those are the bands that we've played with them a million times, and they might forget to take, that we thought that was our guitar stand. We thought that was our mic. We thought that, just that kind of stuff. And those guys end up being, killed, by the alcohol or killed by the excess of, their thievery or, you know what I mean? They just have that mindset where I have to take as much as I can. And those guys get fucked and fucked hard at some time.
And rightfully so.
And rightfully so. So that's the thing. And Raph, the owner, said to me at the end of the gig, at the beginning of the gig, because he had heard about the conversation, and he said, everything. He said, everything you want, food, drink, everything. He goes, I know good people when I see it. So he was out there saying, look, we've talked about it. And again, it was never going to be an issue. If it's one of those things where you ask for it, if it's not the policy, we don't care. It doesn't make a big deal. We're going to go. Yeah. So it's always going to be the thing. But I really feel for the clubs that have to turn these people down, or watch these people, or watch their friends, or watch their, that Fido was our greatest, that was our measuring stick for all the clubs that we had played, because those guys had watched these bands come in and exact same thing.
How many Fidos have you played at? Austin,
we played
Atlanta, Philadelphia.
We didn't play Philadelphia. We did all the Kildares.
You did no. You did Fido in Atlanta.
No, never Philly.
Yeah.
We did
Atlanta. We did.
Yeah, we didn't do Philly, but we did Fido in DC. No.
I would have sworn you did.
Yeah, Kildares. We did Kildare at the
Pound
Pound Stars.
You're right. Sorry. It's right up the road.
But Fido, that they watched these bands come in, and they like every club, they know the worth of the band, because yes, you may have posted it twice on Facebook, or My Waist.
That's called Gardens of the Galaxy.
Yes, but if you put it, if you post it there and then you walk away, that's their job done, and they're thrilled about it because their mother saw it, and there's gonna be nobody. So the club knows the worth, and the band thinks that they've pulled one over on them, and then the club has to cut everything off. O'Bannon, same thing. They've unplugged bands on the stage as they're playing. They turn it down. They go, yeah, we'll turn it down. And they turn around. They go, fuck these people. They unplugged them. They just unplugged the thing. And so you have to worry about the sound. You have to worry about the product that you're putting out. You have to worry about the amount.
You guys are brave as fuck. Like, you guys put out your own music.
Yeah.
And then, to have that bastardized by people who, it's got to be annoying. Like, you make great music, and the strength and how brave it is for you guys to put your own music out there.
Yeah, well, we have, we've crafted this for 17 years. Yeah. We've been hammering at this for 17 years. But the thing about it is like you said, you saw the beginning. Yeah. You saw the middle. And then you saw the people come and go, and the exact same thing, like I just said, with the bands you see the people that went, how they tried to do this, that, and the other, and do sly shit, and not all of them, obviously. Mm-hmm. There's people that were still, just absolutely crazy, but there's people that just absolutely went,
there is Blaggards that I will forever and ever.
Yes.
Blaggards that I will love forever.
Yes.
And will always be my family.
Yeah.
My Blaggards.
And yes, and then again, another testament to you is bringing these people in to, because we're never showing up and going, hey, we're here 4 nights. It never happens. It's always we talk, and then we just,
It's more like 14.
Yes.
Well, it's 2, but it feels like 100.
Yeah. But
anyway, seriously, do they leave?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Any fucking takers?
Yeah. But what we do is we Cosby her drinks, and then she just feels lovely about it.
I do. Welcome. Stay one more night.
You're very okay.
Okay.
We'll stay. But listen,
let's. So handsome.
I am. The point is that we're talking about this with Nick, my buddy Nick Costa. We met in town. The music business is a very small business. It's not as big as people think it is, and word gets around. Mm-hmm. If you're a fuck up and you treat other people like shit, people are going to hear about it. And that includes especially clubs. Yep. Clubs know that you're in trouble. They'll talk to other clubs, and they'll be like, do not hire this band. That will never, ever be this band.
Oh, by the way, the word in Delaware County, in Delco, is Blaggards is an automatic hire.
Yeah. You should hire or fire?
Depends on if you're with them or not.
Yeah.
Hire. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Are you with them or are you not? Because then it's a hire. You.
Yeah. What?
Fuck
anyway,
what?
Chad?
This all comes back around. We were just talking about Fido, and when come back before when you told me what the bartenders or the owners of the yard said, like, well, we don't usually give bands tabs for a good reason. I know why, because we all know. Because
they drink at
full
my
grown
house
adults
and I have
act
to pay
like
for the
teenagers
whole
when they're given, say, hey, free alcohol.
Yeah.
Forget what we're getting paid to do.
Like they never had a drink before.
Like spoiled kids and just drink our asses off and not actually do our jobs and drink these people out of the money that they're trying to earn. So, and it fucking pisses me off because we're professionals, okay? So, but there's one story that sums us up perfectly as a band that we know that got hired in to play at Fido once.
That's what I was
Only
talking about.
one time. We may have told the story before. We're not going to name them because there's at least one member of this band that I actually like personally.
You tell me what it's all about.
But he should know better. And if you're watching the show, if you guys are watching the show, you know who you are. Because you played at Fido one time and you were told to shut down after one set. Was it right?
Yeah.
And then you got all pissy and said, well, what about our tab? We were promised a $100 tab. And then you invited all your friends in to drink make sure you drank every single
get your money's
drink.
A
Yeah.
$100 tab at Fido is 6 drinks. So that was the band.
But they
And
went
then-
way over that. Though,
That's
didn't
what of course
Yeah.
they did. They purposely went over. They got people on it. Yeah.
pissing all over these people
But
who work in this
Just
bar.
that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's but again, like you said, it's childish. It's
Yeah.
beyond childish. It's but the other thing
Oh,
is too.
let's get back to music and
yeah.
fun.
So all that
Let's
aside.
talk about Blaggards last night
Sorry,
because
I've been
that's
wanting
fun.
to say this all day.
Right.
Yeah. So all
Go
that.
chat.
Actually, yeah.
I know.
We talked about
I know. I can tell. I never see him up like this unless it's cocaine.
Yeah.
But he's
He does like the ketamine.
I know he does. But but all that aside, remember that when they walk
What was that? Oh, you're
When
explaining
they-
lines for me?
when they walk out of the pub, the bar is liable for these guys. So
Oh, yeah.
So now just take all the fun and games and the thievery and the bullshit out of it. The club, they walk out and they hit somebody in a car. The club is responsible, which is absolute bullshit. But it's still that's how it goes in Texas anyway. So once they leave the club, so it goes beyond just being a cunt. It's
That's a terrible word.
you're welcome. It's you'll get over it. It's good, yeah. But they walk out, they hit somebody, then the bar ends up eating that too. So,
Yeah.
end of story. Listen, thanks for watching, and just remember to say no to drugs. We will see you on the road, if not before. And remember, if you don't say your prayers, please light a church on fire.
Yes.
Ooh, I've done that. Yay!
Yes, warm because it's gonna get cold soon.
Yeah.
So no,
Listen
anyway,
to me,
seriously.
there's a lot of wood in there. And it's not the priest. Ah.
Pitching a 10 over here.
Mhm.
Don't drink and drive. There we go.
Say no
Do
to
not
drugs.
drink and drive. That's the only thing. That's a good
the
thing.
The
only
good
thing?
news is Chad gets to edit this while he's kind of hammers. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
this is gonna be a
edit.
fun one to watch.
Yeah, fun watch this one.
Yeah. So listen,
It's
thank you.
all about
Thank
fuckery.
you.
Sinead,
Don't forget.
Sinead.
Yeah.
Good night. Thank
It's
you.
the Devlins. Good night.
Cork
Yes.
and Barrel on Saturday.
Yeah.
Devlins!
Don't walk. Come.